that I couldn't give it 100% like I always do. And the last thing I want to do is have a family trust me and hire me to get them through a pivotal time in their life, and I'm not giving them 100% like I usually do.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Unpacking Motherhood, where we talk about all things postpartum, all things motherhood, kids, husbands, and everything in between. And so if you're looking for some real raw conversation, we're your girls, okay? We will make sure you feel seen. Take a moment and hang out with us for a few seconds. So we just want to normalize your inner thoughts.
We ain't gonna hold you long.
We ain't gonna hold you long, but
not at all.
Today we're gonna talk about. This is a topic that I'm sure y'all picked because you low key talking to me.
You want me to say the name of it?
Oh yeah, go ahead. What's the episode, Stormy?
Sit your ass down.
And sitting down is something that I don't do well, so I'm gonna let you lead it. What you want to talk about today, Stormy? What you want to talk about? Why are you trying to tell me to sit down?
I feel like at this table we wear a lot of hats.
Yeah,
yes,
we do, and sometimes we don't sit down until our bodies tell us to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's sometimes we can overcommit to things, and then we want to draw back because we're about to underdeliver on them.
right.
And sometimes you have to, when someone asks you to do something for them or assumes that you can do something because of the area that you're in or what you have going on or the time that they think that you have on your hands, because people think because we're at home that we got the time. We go ahead and take it on. It's not that we want to be superwoman, but we might genuinely think that we can knock it out too.
Right.
And sometimes we just have to get ahead of ourselves and just go ahead and stop and say no, and let it be no. And sometimes no is a complete sentence too.
I have a really hard time with that sometimes. I know that I do. Like I had someone who was insisting that I like be there for them, and it was to hire me for a job, and I was like I can't, like I don't have the capacity to do it. And I find that people get offended when you tell them no, and it's like, dude, especially now, I'm like, I am still in my postpartum phase. Like I have a right to tell you no, and if I say yes, you need to make it worth my while, because you need to get a paycheck. I need to get a paycheck.
Oftentimes they don't understand that.
They
either,
don't.
But you really have to know. You have to know your limits, because no one is going to create those boundaries for you.
Nope.
But you.
Right.
And I think we all struggle with that. I have gotten a whole lot better with not committing to things. But it was really hard. It's not that again, I'm a giver. I want to be there for people if I can. But then you sit back and realize, like, God, dog, my cup is empty.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore. So I'm sorry. No, like I literally took a back seat to actual birth work for a while, because I knew that I couldn't give it 100% like I always do. And the last thing I want to do is have a family trust me and hire me to get them through a pivotal time in their life, and I'm not giving them 100% like I usually do. I've had moms who I was their doula before they got pregnant again. They immediately called me and they were not happy that I said no.
Right.
And they're like, but what about this? I can't give you what you had before. You're going to be playing the comparison game the whole time. And I can't do that. And like you said, they can get offended. They get upset. And I'm like, you're in good hands. Like, I can't tell you how many women I have trained that can give you a similar experience, but they're not you. And you're not going to get me either.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I dealt with people pleasing when I was younger, with extended family members that I truly viewed as family, and it was like a systematic pressure that they were putting on me and other people in that family to do things for them, and I fell into that. My husband picked up on it early, and then I started slowly opening my eyes, but it was just like, no. but you kind of want to hurry up and explain yourself. Now it's just no.
That was me. Like, it was a no with because I got to do this or
Yes.
that. But last year was me being intentional. Like, I only took 8 births last year. And I was very intentional with who I said yes to and who I told no. And it was because that's exactly, I need to sit my, okay? And I'm not used to that. Like, I am always on the go. And so last year was very intentional with that. Very intentional.
And it's hard when you're pew, pew, pew all the time. All the time. All the things, being all the things to everybody. And then you dial it back. While it feels good, it also kind of hurts a little bit. Because you're not.
That's that fear of missing out, too.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. That is.
Yeah.
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 That's good.
I think for me, when I do say no, and sometimes I feel like I have to provide a solution to not even a because I can't do this because, but like, oh, let me try to help them find a solution. But I feel like, people want to like dump and like I said this earlier, I feel like I can tell when someone just kind of wants to load, and I know I don't have the capacity for that. So instead of getting offended, it's like, well, thank you so much for being honest and saying no. Because like you said, for me, you said you wouldn't be able to serve them to your best capacity, your fullest potential. And like, I respect that, it's like, it's no disrespect, but it's like, respect my no.
Yeah.
Respect my no and take it as I love you. I love you in the no. I love you in the yes.
People create boundaries because they love you, and I don't think people understand that.
Right.
People tell you the truth because they love you, and people create boundaries because they love you.
Exactly.
Because you would really feel some type of way if I told you yes and then did not show up to my full self, Yeah. So let's help you out early.
Yeah.
Right.
Stop it right here.
Stop right here.
I think it's important. You said it's important to sit down before life makes you sit down. It's like if you don't sit down, we're always on the go. It'll start showing up in your body. It'll start showing up in your mental health. And God forbid, you end up in the hospital because you don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
And so...
that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think the Most High has probably never gotten that far with us. Yeah. But I think it has also affected our health, too. All of us.
Oh, yeah. Mine are little small things. Like, I'll get sick. Or I'm just extremely tired or fatigued. Like, I just, my body's like, girl... chill out. Like, I tried to warn you back there, but you ain't listening, so I'm going to go ahead and sit you out for this one.
The body whispers before it screams.
Yes. So, and I think that's a lot of what our moms and our grandmothers went through, too. And we, as kids, don't understand it, but then when you become a mom, you definitely understand it. It's like...
Because you've seen them doing all the things
everything,
all the time.
Yes.
They didn't complain. They may fuss at you for not doing what you're supposed to do, but it's completely different when you don't really see anybody drawing the line in the sand in front of you growing up.
Right, yeah.
And not just being mean.
Yeah.
No, I ain't doing that.
Right.
Thing. It's like, no, I can't, I don't have that to give you.
Right. I love you, but it's just not right now.
I love you, but no.
Yeah.
I think about, too, for me, this is my issues. I'm putting myself out there. I'm afraid that if I don't sit down, if I don't take care of the thing, then it's going to crash and burn. And sometimes things need to crash and burn. And sometimes it may not crash and burn. Sometimes people need you to take a seat back so then they can flourish. So, for example, I know you were saying that you weren't taking births during the season, but you had trained doulas to your disciples.
Don't say that.
But essentially, I feel like that's what. Anyway, so in a sense, it allowed for us to like flourish, and even with teaching classes, like some people stepped up and taught classes, or they took over an area, and it kind of allows for not only them to see where they can grow, but you also to see how well you trained, and your work kind of we tend to want to, like, as women, helicopter, as moms, helicopter, and we don't allow for even our partners to flourish. you need to sit down and let your partner figure it out with your baby.
Yes.
Let them figure it out with the household chores. Yes. Let them figure it out with food. Let them figure it out with
I used to feel bad whenever I didn't have something in place for Chris, and it really wasn't even bothering him.
Yeah. Apologizing and everything. I'm so sorry. This wasn't
even a big deal for him. And he'd be like, "You're not gonna eat cereal, right?" Or I will take care of bath time if that's an issue for you.
Right.
Keep working. It's okay. I used to feel bad for sitting still in front of him. And that was something I created in my head.
Yeah.
You know,
sit down.
Yeah.
Because we feel like, and I think this is a subconscious idea too. If we're not doing something, it's like, oh, what'd you do all day?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You know.
And it's heavy on the stay-at-home moms because
oh my gosh.
It's like, oh, she's just at home. She's not
sitting at home in the same space you left us.
No, ma'am.
But even if you did, that's enough.
That's enough.
You make sure all the kids were fed and watered.
They're fed. They had breakfast this morning. If they're studying. Some women, they're fixing lunch for their husbands. They're doing, taking care of the house, cleaning the home, laundry and things like that. Yes. Like, you have done enough. Laundry. So it is definitely okay for you to say no.
Grocery shopping.
Right.
Okay.
Making sure that your food just magically appears in your fridge.
Oh, I'll do shipped in a minute. But yes, even me sitting there ordering, I'm holding a child. I have a baby dinosaur who likes to do flips in my arms. And
sometimes they add extra stuff to the cart. And it shows up at your house and like, I did not order 6 packs of grapes.
But it's fine. Everything is fine. So, but if I'm sitting on the couch, I'm doing something. I can look like I'm not doing anything, but I'm literally like,
always doing
something.
Always.
So.
I like to say I'm never not working.
Yes.
Ava's like, you're on your phone a lot. I'm like, well, do you understand that mommy runs 3 businesses?
Yes. And making social media posts.
And then people are constantly asking me things. What do you think about this? How you feel about this? Or then I'm taking care of inquiries, or I'm answering emails, or I'm making sure I have the right amount of herbs. I'm checking my inventory on my website. I'm answering questions.
Ooh, child.
That I'm not saying all the things that I'm doing out loud.
Right.
Just know I'm doing the most.
Yeah. Exactly. Just know I'm doing the most. I feel like,
Who?
Yeah.
Sitcho down.
Oh, I thought you was about to say it.
No.
You gotta say it with the, how the elders say it with their teeth.
Go ahead.
With the
That's how you know you're in trouble right there. That's that trouble.
It's over.
Listen.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
And you better not say you better not say
down
nothing.
too.
Yeah.
You better not say
Immediately sit down. Immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, sit down before she sits down.
Okay. Let your yes be yes and your no be no.
Amen. Period. I think we need to end on that.
Yes.
Amen. So
that's that.
Amen. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. No is a full sentence. So
you do not have to explain yourself after that, even though you may be itching to kind of just hold that back and see how people respond.
Just walk off. Say no and then walk off.
No, I can't help you with that. I have a bad habit of saying, yeah, no. And I had to stop that. Ava brought that to my attention. She's like, you always say yes first and then you say no.
That's
and
funny.
Like,
you be tricking them.
And it wasn't intentional. It was like, yeah, no. Sorry.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I mean, you can. It's your business. So.
Anyway. We got you. We see you. Yes. Sit down. Especially if you're a multi birthing mom. If you got one kid. I mean, if you got no kids, you just preparing and you be doing the most. Sit down. You have nothing to prove. There's no trophy. There's no certificate for motherhood.
Not.
Literally, there's not.
Act like it is though.
Yeah. No competition. Who you in competition with?
Nobody. So. Be inspired, be encouraged.
Where's my trophy?
And we hope that you guys have an amazing night. We're going to continue the conversation, but we hope that you guys got something out of today's episode. Like and subscribe and share with your friends, share with your tribe. And we hope to see you guys again next time on Unpacking Motherhood.
Keep the conversation going.
Unpacking Motherhood. Peace.